Where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. That's including the ice wall, baby. Mama said that there will be days literally just like this. Come on. One thing we all adore, something worth dying for. There's nothing but pain. We're stuck in this game, searching for fortune and fame. Come on. Happy Friday to you. And you. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on. Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Look at my 3 people that's here, man. Shout out to you, Elijah. Shout out to you, Cowboys. Yeoman. 4264. Yeah. Shout out to you, man. So we're going to get right to it, Cowboys Nation. The Cowboys in this situation. Cowboys vet, appreciate you, man. Come on with it, man. I thought it was just going to be us talking today.
Let it. Run from it. Destiny arrives all the same.
Prepare for glory.
Now it's here.
Or shall I say, I am. Yo, where y'all at, man? Y'all okay?
Please come home.
I got content and bologna. I got content and bologna. Yeah, come on, baby. All right, neither here nor there. Cowboys going into this game, of course, it's a must-win game. We get news and information about Jake Ferguson is now able and eligible to be active in this game just as well as CeeDee Lamb. Jake Ferguson didn't practice yesterday due to that calf strain. And sometimes when you have those calf strain, only 2 Cowboys, man. Come on, man. I know. Come on, man. It's Riggs.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight.
I know it's a YouTube thing because on Instagram and other platforms, boy, I can barely get in there to speak. But it is for what it is. Shout out to YouTube. Riggs! I can't take this no more. Riggs! Or it could just be a saturated market. You get what I'm saying? But neither here nor there. Cowboys Nation, I'm giving you guys all I can, and that's all I'm saying. At the end of the day, man, ladies and gentlemen.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, I gave you everything I had.
That's all it takes, man. So put HBO in the chat once you shared this content, and let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. So with that being said, the Cowboys going into this game, I think that the Bucs lost last night, right? That, believe it or not, helped us out tremendously, because now all we got to do is literally really take care of business. By them losing, it helps us out, even though it is a situation that we still got to take care of business on our end. And when we look at this, Cowboy Nation, I really appreciate y'all so much. Let me go there. Give me 1 second. Boom. I think it's here. Okay, boom. All right, so if you look at it, the Cowboys are 6-1. That puts the Bears now at 9-4, of course, and the Green Bay Packers are 9-3. But the Carolinas and Tampa Bay, we got to have Carolinas. Well, it don't really matter to them because whoever went out the NFC South, as long as we win throughout ours, then we okay. So that can at least eliminate the NFC South, whether they fight amongst themselves, right? The problem is, of course, there's going to be a wild card coming out of the NFC West. There's going to be a wild card coming out of the NFC West, and that is a crazy situation. I think that what is going to happen is that 9-4, 10-3 is crazy because the math get really crazy because the NFC West, they got to play each other, I think, 4 times in these last 4 games, right? They got to go back and forth with each other. However, the math is mathing with that, and that just for what it is, all right? And we got defensive tackle Quinnen Williams. We got some report by my guy John Machota. Shout out to him. So the Cowboys going into this situation, shout out to you. Yes, it is a situation. Shout out to you, Larry. Appreciate you, Sean Lee. Appreciate you. Is this the real Sean Lee or the placebo? But neither here nor there. All right, so where are you guys, or how do you guys feel about the fact that even though it was kind of like, hey, will we go into this game without CeeDee? What can we do against this particular defense? Or will we go into this game with CeeDee now and with Ferg now? Do it change like some of your thought tracks of what the score going to be? Because the Minnesota Vikings only allow one team to score 30 points on them in a loss, right? And their record is not like it's a world beater there, but it is a situation that when you look at the Minnesota Vikings, they're 5-8, and it's not like we just didn't get our ASSs handed to us from the 8-5 Detroit Lions. So I'm always looking at the small things and seeing how things can move around. And let me pull up this deal right here because I mentioned Quinnen Williams, and it was just popped up on the top of my news feed here. Let me pull this up, Quinnen Williams over here. Boom, here we go. And speaking of Quinnen Williams, let's see if we can hear him speak on some things.
Q, after the loss to the Lions, you said that you guys were better than allowing 44 points.
Yep.
What have you guys seen on the film that can help you fix that going against the Vikings and going forward?
A lot of self-inflicted wounds, a lot of things, a lot of technique issues that we had to get fixed, a lot of things that we can do better at, especially in the defensive line room, because we got a lot of great playmakers in there. So it's watching the field hard, being critical, and holding each other accountable to be playmakers. So
How have you seen the guys kind of respond to that last loss? Obviously, the next 4 games are huge. How have you seen the response?
Well, it's been unbelievable, man. Like I said, we got great leaders on this team, great players on this team, and game changers on this team, especially on the defense. So taking constructive criticism, taking accountability, and watching the film harsh with the me mentality, and doing the things that we can do individually to help this team win, and especially on defense and as defense to do things that we can do as a unit and as a group to help this team win. So.
Man, you can tell this boy is ferocious, and he's mad, he's angry. One of the things that I picked up is he said taking the constructive criticism. Did y'all hear that? Did you hear that? Taking the constructive criticism. If you did hear that, put 9-2 in the chat. Here's why I like the aspect of being able to accept some constructive criticism. Criticism is needed. The dark is needed just as much as the light, right? Negative connotations is needed. Frictions is needed. You can't walk on this planet without friction. You need something to go against what you're trying to do. That's the only how or the only way or the only reason that life be lifing, right? If everything was smooth and going, then why would we be here, right? Why would we need here? So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's continue to give constructive criticism so it can help propel these boys in a positive way. Believe it or not. Come on with it.
You come in here so quickly, and a lot of things talked about when you first got here, you showed up with a lot of leadership. Why do you think you messed with everybody so fast?
Just because this is a great room, man. This is a great team. It's got great guys, great leadership, and me open the doors for me to come in to be myself, to the respect that I have outside of this locker room, outside of in this league. It has been unbelievable coming in, and just having guys that I respect and that respect me has been great. So
is that something that you developed with time, especially when you first got to the Jets, and then that people respected you, or did you come right in like gangbusters and say, hey,
that boy breathing like a bear, ain't he? Oh, my God, that boy breathing like a bear, man. Have you ever noticed some of these big guys, man, that play professional sports, they always sound like they got a cold 24/7? You know, Shaq, yo, I'm Big Diesel. our average doubles a game, that type of thing, Quinnen Williams, one of them boys, man. He one of them boys. Constructive criticism, racism, my nizzle, but yeah.
No, it's definitely over time, man. Like I said, I've played with C.J. Mosley, especially the Jets, and helped me become a leader. You got Frank Gore, I was there, helped me become a leader. Tyron Smith, Morgan Moses, a lot of guys I played with that helped me kind of mold my character and my leadership style because I was truly a leader by example. And CJ kind of helped me bring that voice out and that opinion and different things like that out. So it's been unbelievable to have the guys I played with to help me be leadership, but also the guys we got in this room now. Like got Kenny Clark, Osa, who's great leaders, and Dak is a phenomenal leader. So learning still to this day from those guys and leaning on those guys. So
how did Tyron help? Tyron Smith.
Oh, he's a Hall of Famer, man. So it's one of those things, how he carries himself, man. You can just watch him, man. The things he do, how he take care of his body, how he work out, how he attack the week, man. You can learn just off watching.
You got to update. No Tyler Guyton again today in practice, so that's the information for the nation. No Tyler Guyton from what we are hearing. Appreciate you, Glenn Duffy. Thank you for jumping in, as well as Elijah and Unlucky 8719. So he was talking about the guys that he learned leadership from. Some people are born leaders, right? And then some people do so much of good things that they become a leader because of their abilities. What we call a movie that we always reference, with great power comes great responsibilities, right? So regardless, when you start moving and you start having motion, you become leaders. But sometimes it's good to follow those who already walked that pathway.
And you can learn a lot of things, man. So when he speak, man, it's like you write down in your mental notes or write down in your book, man. So because I know it's Jim. So.
And speaking of leadership, Shotty said that he had challenged Donovan Azaraku to be more of a vocal guy a few weeks ago. Since you've come in, how have you seen him be a leader in that room, and then also what he brings on the field?
It's unbelievable, man. When I first got here, I didn't know he was a rookie. So the way he played, the way he carries himself, man, the things that he do on the field and off the field. I think I learned probably last week that he was a rookie, or 2 weeks ago that he was a rookie. So it's been unbelievable, man. He gonna be a phenomenal player, and I just can't wait to get a chance to continue to play with him and his development and things like that. So. Do
you remember your reaction to finding out he's a rookie?
I think he told me. I think they had to do some rookie thing for Christmas, and he was getting dressed for it. And I'm like, oh, he was a rookie. So,
that's dope, man. It speaks character, man. I was going to say something about another guy that was an edge rusher here, but it's not the time, right? But that speaks character, especially coming from a veteran who can't tell the difference of whether or not you're a rookie or not, right? And the way he was able to talk to him on the field. Who remember a couple of weeks ago how Quinnen Williams was saying, hey, go here and I'll have you right there. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, get this man an oxygen mask, Jay. Yeah, she ain't lying.
Yeah. 4 games in, what have you learned about Matty Eberflus, and what do you like about his defense?
Hey, man, now he wrong, man. Hey, man, you wrong for that. How you gonna ask the man about Matthew? How you gonna ask him about Matthew Eberflus, man? Like you forced this man to say something nice. You can't go in here and say, yeah, man. Oh, man, you wrong for that. Come on with it.
Every single day, man. It's one of those things on the consistency, the attack, the dominant mentality that he try to instill in the defense every single day. And the willingness to make the game changers go be game changers, the playmakers go be playmakers. So that's kind of all you can ask for. That's why I always say, man, it's on us as the game changers and the guys who could be game changers and playmakers to go make plays on the field, because he puts us in positions to do that. So,
how do you feel like confidence has been for the group since you got here? Do you think it's been steady growth or a little bit up and down with this last loss?
I definitely think it's been a steady growth, even with the loss, man. You got guys, like I said, in that room, man, in that unit who looked at the film hard, man, who wants to do the things to get that last stop in the Lions game so the offense can get the ball, who want to be the game changer to make the sack force for them to get the offense the ball, who want to do the things like that to get the offense the ball. I'm speaking on the Lions game to change games, man. So, like I said, man, that defensive unit, man, steady rising. We definitely not where we want to be at. but we definitely feel like we going in the right direction and learning from our mistakes to go in the right direction. So.
Yeah, I feel you. Sean Lee says, "Nah, you have to tell the truth. He ain't good." You know, sometimes we be put in situations that, let's say you go over a family member's house, right? And Shirley, the auntie of the house, she fixed the spaghetti all the time. And everybody at the house, they love the spaghetti. But you go over there and you eat that spaghetti and you're like, damn, man, this stuff is terrible. What you doing? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to call Aunt Shirley out and be like, hey, let Martha cook it because, man, this thing is terrible. They won't say it, but I'm letting you know. Now you the bad guy. Now everybody looking at you with the long face. And they said, hey, you can't take that away from Aunt Shirley. This is tradition. That's where he was at. My guy, Quinnen Williams, was put into a position where he had to eat Auntie Shirley's spaghetti and say it's good. Yeah, it's good. Delicious. So good that I don't want another bite because I want y'all to continue to enjoy this spaghetti. You know, everybody got a situation that they were in similar like that before. And he can't call a spade at this point. He's the new guy. He's the leadership guy. So he got to fall in line and say, hey, guys, look, this scheme may not be fitting for the DBs, especially if we can't get home and create pressure. Even though we may not like this scheme, we can't let the outside noise of the people know, you know, because this is going to all hurt us if we say the exact same thing. And there are some people that speak out or speak amongst themselves, which will be considered a villain, a la Trayvon Diggs. So we will go into that segue in a few, but let's listen to the rest of this.
A new situation for you. How important is this 4-game finish for the future, regardless of what happens in the playoffs?
I just attack it, man. Every game is important to me. Every time I lace my cleats up to go out there on Sunday in front of the crowd, especially the Cowboys fans, is important to me. Every time I come to practice is important to me. I want to win every single game. So no matter what the outcome is, no matter what the situation is outside of winning football games and winning each and every day, that's all I can control. So
Vikings lead the league in interceptions thrown. Obviously, interceptions come when pressure happens. How much of an opportunity is there for you guys to get some inside pressure and hopefully kind of force those turnovers for you?
I think the biggest thing, man, is just executing the play call, doing what
that boy needed CPAP and some elderberries, boy. Let's listen.
we can do as individuals and as a defense to be able to be the best that we can be, no matter what outcome it has from their side and what they do bad or what they do good. I think the main thing is just being ourselves and being the guys that we know we can be and executing the way we can execute. So
You guys had some pressure early on against the Lions. How much of it after that was Jared Goff getting the ball out quick?
He definitely did a phenomenal job getting the ball out quick, checking it down to a great player like Jahmyr Gibbs, and running that offensive scheme very well.
That was a trap question. Ooh, that boy's smart. Ooh. That was the end of that interview. But that was low-key a trap question. Oh, he was very wise. Oh, my God. He thought that he was going to go into the fact that, yeah, man, earlier on we were blitzing and we was getting to him. And then the game plan resulted in us changing that up, which causes him to throw the ball all over the field. Now, that would have been the truth. But you saw how he kind of navigated those troubled waters. Man, I mean, come on, man. Boy, but that was a trap question. Smart on him, though. He was ready to be prepared for it, right? Yes, indeed. As they say, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Nobody likes Eberflus on his team except Kenneth Murray. Hey.
All I ask.
Yes, indeed. I'm not going to go back and forth with that part of it, but, hey, you might be close to it. Yes, indeed. All right, so pregame. Let me see.
I do have a little thing. Like right when I get to the stadium, I do a pretty serious locked in.
Oh, that's Jake Ferguson. Let me see. Coach's pet. That's K9. BFAT387 says, please retire Dak, please. Oh, you talking about once Dak retire, that they're going to retire his number? I can see that happening, B-Fat.
Choppy, let's talk about how Shoddy may attack this Vikings defense.
Well, the Vikings defense is actually one that blitzes quite a bit. They have like the highest blitz rate in the National Football League.
Oh, yeah.
And in a related story, Dak Prescott does pretty darn well against the blitz.
All right, so the blitzing aspect of it, not going to play all of that audio. You got to have your hots and your reads. Can you get pressure on Dak Prescott with blitzing? You can. My thing is, the only thing that get Dak Prescott in trouble with the blitz is not even him executing his plays. It's the residuals. It's the hits that is allowed from the offensive lineman, the post-play type of situation. Like what I'm mindful of fear of is somebody coming off of the edge and maybe Javonte or Nate Thomas whiff on a block, and Dak Prescott, he'll get the ball out, but he get clocked, and now you have those type of things, right? And we see how late flags go. You got to really lobby for them sometimes, and I'm not using this as an excuse, by the way, but I'm just calling it a spade for what it is, a spade. Whereas sometimes, and I'm just saying sometimes, they don't give the quarterback here the call, right? They just allow it to play through. And that could be something just depending on who is to be the aficionados that weekend. So as soon as I get that report, I'll let y'all know how this game is going to go. But in actuality, I do like the quarterback when someone is blitzing him. He's by far, I think, top 5 or top 3 in quarterback passing percentages and quarterback rates and all of this stuff when you're blitzing him. So I would love to embrace the blitzing. And another thing is Dak Prescott, he will, and I'm saying this for real, he will carve you up if you stay playing man-to-man. That's just something that he do. What gives him more problems is when you dropping 7 and you dropping everybody in coverage and people are able to sit on routes and your wide receiver's not able to find the soft spots in the zone. That is where your issue is at, right? And especially if you got leakage on that line. Speaking of leadership and everything, this topic matter was what is holding Trayvon Diggs back? Let's listen to this right quick.
Well, speaking of turnovers, this guy was a master at it a couple of years ago. And the other day, when it came to Trayvon Diggs, you said, I love him as a player, but ultimately he's got to show us that he's ready to do everything the right way. Coach, what is not happening the right way to finally get Diggs back on the field?
No, I think at the end of the day, the right way is just, you walk in the building to start the day and how you finish the day. And again, I think he's doing a really good job, but again, it's just the attention to detail and everything, meetings, attention to detail in the walkthrough, attention to detail in, the practice and all those things. And again, I think, people don't quite understand, guys, what a ramp up period means. You go from basically doing 0 football practice for, however long it is, a couple weeks, and then you're asked to go out there. Well, you don't forget how to play football, but your body hasn't done certain movements that they need to do at a high level to play to the level that Trayvon or anybody needs to do. And so it does take time. And
man, just say his man's bull sugar, man. Come on, man. Just say it. Say it. Trayvon Diggs is not a part of the program. Just say it. But I know he's not going to say that openly. Ain't talking about consistency with the being participating in certain things. I think that he's not going to do it. I think he checked out. And I'm just me, I think he checked out even in Oxnard. The thing is, you got 4 more games to go. He was disgruntled with this system and scheme. In 13 games, I believe we played, we only have 5 INTs or something of that nature. Small number relative to what we used to have with turnovers and takeaways. It's not like a slap in the face that all of a sudden Bland don't know how to play ball no more, right? All of a sudden, we get other DBs here. Carson, he already had a high ceiling, but he was not even playing up to the level that he's supposed to play at. But that's a whole nother day, conversation for a different day. It's not up to the situation, whereas all of a sudden, my guy Trayvon Diggs stopped learning how to play football. I think that he was rushed into getting into a situation. Overall, ideally, he felt semi-okay, and he thought that he was going to be able to slowly integrate himself back into the scheme with the kind of flavor that he used to seeing. It didn't work that way. So, with that being said, we are for where we are at right now.
Again, at the end of the day, Trey's no different than everybody else. We're always looking for that consistent approach, man, of competing every day. And I'll tell you this, he's having a really good week thus far, and just got to continue through today and into tomorrow.
Is he close to 100% healthy?
Yeah, he's looking really good. He really, I don't want to put a number on it, but yeah, he looks really good.
Well, speaking of,
yeah, you're looking for that consistency, man. It's rough. Somebody said this on one of my posts. It's like, yeah, but Kenny Clark, he's one of the bad kids that's always have a perfect attendance, though. You can't get that kid to not go to school. He's there the first day, getting free lunches and everything. He's there consistently. Hey, what you need? You need for me to wash your car, fold your clothes? Nobody loves to do laundry, but I do. My name is K9 for your mind. But when I held that 9, all I can see was my mama's eyes. No one knows the struggle. They only see the trouble. Oh, my bad, wrong person, So Ricky South says he checked out when Parsons got let go, right? Well, he should have been on the phone like, hey, sweeten the deal, throw me in with him. Take me through there. Take me through there. He should have said that. You know what I'm saying? He would have been cold up there in Green Bay. I talked to Mama Parsons the other day. I said, girl, what you doing still down here? She said, shoot, it's too cold up there. It's cold up there. It's colder than polar bear nuts up there in Green Bay. And if you from Green Bay right now, you let me know if you like the weather, but that's a whole nother conversation. JVV boy, appreciate you. What's good with you, man? Kenneth Murray. Yes, indeed. I know Kenneth Murray mad at me, boy. He red hot mad at me. Yeah. You know when you get a player that's mad at you, when they start liking all of your posts, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna let them know I seen it. I seen this, I seen that, I seen this, I seen that. That's okay, that's cool. My thoughts are of Trayvon Diggs, yes. He will not play. He will not play this weekend unless they are pulling a hoodwink series with us and they are trying to be manipulative like the Lions did last week when they were talking about St. Brown. They're like, that ankle don't look too good. I don't think that he can even move. And then all of a sudden I looked up, man, the man got over 90 yards on us. So that could be the thing, right? Because, for example, Jake Ferguson didn't practice all this week. And they let the rabbit out of the hat of saying that he will be playing. So definitively, it's not about being consistent because we can catch up people in their falsehoods. It's about this other thing that do we want you, or do we don't want you? You get what I'm saying? Yeah, right there. Yes, indeed. Yeah, where's Calendar Carson? I don't know, man. Bland need to put back in the nickel spot. I feel you. We need to get Reddy Stewart. We can put Reddy Stewart on the outside. We got no outside corner. Of course, Carson's and who else? I think we got a log jam. Is Carson better inside or outside? I think he's better outside. But the zone working for him, but then again, the overall philosophy ain't going there. Shout out to you, Los Altos. He says false narratives. Yeah.
Did this past week of discussion and all the criticism, or the noise, I should say, has that put an extra chip on George Pickens' shoulder?
I don't know about that. I think, George has been great this week, and I don't think anybody ever questioned that George would be great this week. George is having an incredible season, and again, I don't think any of us coached or played very well against Detroit. Certainly we didn't get
almost ready to score. Wow.
Effect and result, which is the win, but I think he's had an awesome week, and again, I think he understands just what's expected of him when you're that talented and you're that good of a player, and he's answered the call, which has been great to see.
No doubt. My thing is with GP. Let me see if I can put this in an analogy. He was given a villain treatment anyway, right? Most people, when they see a spider, they go, it's dead. You know what I'm saying? They give a spider a damn chance at all. You just splat the spider because you don't know whether or not they're going to have eggs. They got a colony. If they don't have colonies, they got a whole trough of other spiders on. Get what I'm saying? I'm not Animal Planet law or insect bites law. But what I'm saying is that sometimes when people see something, they immediately, they kill it. They shoot it down. They say it's worthless. And, people don't have pet spiders. Well, if they do, that's not normal, right? And that's just for what it is. And when you look at CeeDee Lamb and you add in George Pickens, you're automatically thinking, man, this is going to be a lethal combo. But can it work out mentally? Because most wide receivers are craving of the ball like drama queens as they are. So it is for what it is. But the way GP handles everything, we still, spiders eat the bugs. Yeah, that's right, T-Jack. Yeah, eat all. What GP is totally opposite of what the narrative was all about. Totally opposite of what the narrative was all about. They said he was a horrible teammate. They said they looked at him with the shiesty mask on, and they didn't think that he know how to articulate himself. They thought he was going to be gangster and all of this stuff. But he came in there talking like he was from Yale, you know what I'm saying? He started talking words and stuff, and saying, well, with adulations, I would tell you, and salutations to this guy over here. That's how George Pickens was talking to him. He switched up the code on them so quick, and he know how to talk in codes. Code switch is what we call it, Sure. And he always had one of them names, George Pickens. You don't know whether or not it's a brother, you know what I'm saying? And I get it, right? So I think that with that being said, a lot of people was waiting for that moment for him to have a bad game, for him to flip out on, what's that guy's name, Richard Sherman and all of this. They thought that was going to happen all year long. And it never was the case nor the scenario. On top of that, I wish he pronounces his words. Yes, Sanjay. I wish he would have kept it up of what he said about Richard Sherman. That was on his day. That was his time off from work, right? That was his time off from work. You know what I'm saying? On how he addressed Richard Sherman. I love that aspect of it.
How different was he on tape in this game compared to other games this year?
You know what? Honestly, there was a little bit of things. He felt, that he didn't play very well. He knows he needs to play better. But, again, he still made plays. He still took a lot of attention, which is why Ryan Flournoy and CeeDee were having the monster games that they had. And at the end of the day, again, each game is different. And, no one plays every game or coaches every game perfect. And, again, we all have to be better. But, again, what I'm pleased about, guys, is, again, just the way he's come in, and not just Wednesday, but Thursday. I'm talking about 2 really, really good days of practice. And hopefully that's great news for us heading into Sunday night.
All right. Appreciate you so much. Before we go further, Michael, who's your team? I need to know. I want to know. I got to know. He says, all talk for no playoffs. But who is your team? Are you a Vikings person? Let's know who's your team, Michael. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing nothing with the number one offense, worst defense, y'all trash. But who is your team, Michael? Because we need to know, since you're over here on the Law Nation Sports Show, and we want to be able to acknowledge you and who's your team. Because this is a situation and scenario that it's the Cowboys versus Vikings, right? So I just need to know, man, yeah, that part. Yeah. Yeah, need to know. With that being said, let's before we go on to this conversational piece, let's talk about the Dak Prescott situation.
Dak against the blitz this year, 1,000 yards passing, 8 touchdowns, 2 picks, 70% completion percentage. What makes a quarterback great against the blitz?
2 things. Number one, I think confidence in the offensive line is one, because you got to play with a firm back foot. But just understanding we call it trouble series, guys. So trouble series is like anybody. Wait a minute.
Wait, no, Michael. Where did he go? Oh, man, oh, he's just trolling. Okay, all right. Just say he's trolling, man. Because he
take the money out, all of it. Come on.
Come on, man.
Wasting my time now. Come on.
It's a trophy.
Come on.
It's a trophy if you can't stand tall. We don't mind a friendly decorum of banters back and forth, but we just want to make sure, Yeah, I'm just saying, Michael, or Michelle. Somebody said Michelle. We just want to know, because this is a good show over here, man. We love to include everybody, man. We love to keep the integrations of great content going back and forth in the community tab, so we love that. He
can drop back and throw a football. Not anybody, probably not you guys, probably not me anymore. Definitely not me anymore. But anybody can do that when it's a 4-man rush and you're holding up protection. But understanding where the line's sliding to and what you're.
Hey, you know what he was doing? He it's funny because I'm listening to both and I'm reading your comments. It's funny because Michael was like, man, if I say the Giants, the law gonna kill me with that one. If I put my Washington hat on, I can't use any banter going back and forth with that. And then he thought about it because he got a lot of hats, and he was like, man, if I say that I'm an Eagles guy, man, and I know for sure my Eagles going to lose against the Raiders, man, I'm going to be in real good trouble, man. Let me just get on up out of here, man. Hey, man, it was nice talking to y'all. I ain't going to even disrespect the law. I'm just going to obey the law. Obey the law, baby. Oh, boy, put OL, I'm going to put OL in the chat. Obey the law. That's what we going to start saying. Obey the law. So OTL, put OTL in the chat, man. Obey the law. I feel good, man. He came in there. Nobody had to kick him up out of here. He just said, man, you know what? That is the authorities talking. When the authorities start talking, boy, a lot of things can work out, The authorities coming, man. Law coming. OTL, man. Obey. He got on up out of here. Let me take my Giants, my Washington, and my Eagles hats off, man. OTL.
Trouble series is, meaning, okay, this 4 week is a problem. Here's my answer. This 4 strong is a problem. Here's my answer. And I think what we've done over the past couple of years, which Dak's really bought into, is understanding and being a master at those trouble series. So he knows his 4 strong answer is X, or he knows his 4 weak answer is this. Bear defense is a term some people might have heard a little bit, where they cover the center and the 2 guards. He knows all the rules for that. So it really is, he's become a master of the trouble series, and that's one of the reasons why.
Hey, they're real. Yeah. Obey the law is a new shirt, man. Or the new yeah. OTL, man, you drive fast. They say, man, it's a school district, man. Slow down. The authorities, man, they waiting around the corner, man. Let me slow down a little bit. Slow down, baby.
Why he's so comfortable against the blitz.
Dak against the blitz this year.
Dak is great against the blitz, man. Even though, let me pull this up, and we go to lineups. They are a team. They are North. They are Minnesota. Fabian Moreau. You can get him. We used to playing up against him. He's right at 5'11", 6 foot, 4.3 speed. I think you can get him. Isaiah Rodgers, 5'10", 170 pounds. He better get worked in this game. 170 pounds. Come on, Pickens. Come on, man. 6'3". You need a sandwich too. But you get what I'm saying. You got these two boys right here. Then you got Byron Murphy, who's like 5'10", 5'11", 190. This should be a situation and scenario that these boys should be able to tower, especially off of a blitz. Harrison Smith, he's one of those veteran safeties that's be on the top of the roof. Been in the league for a long time now, since 2012, and we got to be mindful of him. Metellus, he's a good downhill guy, 5'11", 207, but he's a sure tackler. I like his skill set. But outside of that, you can do a lot of stretch zone runs with this team. You can get it on the perimeter. You can put power to power, maximize your O-line versus their D-line, and things can work its way out, you know. Butter needs some peanut butter. So if you weigh more than 170 pounds, put 2 in the chat. I need to know who all over 170. So it is, yeah, Verde, that brother been in the league since 2012 is a long time. Ain't that right? How old is he, man? How old is he? Jeez. Yeah, Harrison Smith. Y'all put down how old is Harrison Smith. He been in the league for a long time. You got to be, what, 33, 34, maybe 35? But neither here nor there. Posey. See, he could have made it to the league, man. This is Cavante Turpin playing DB. All of y'all more than 170 pounds? Lord have mercy. Hey, DP says, man, I'm 6'3", 254. Linebacker. Linebacker over there. 6'3", 254 over there, man. Shoot. That boy a linebacker for real. Big back. Not in the bad way. All right, let's get to it. This is Jerry Jones on the health aspect of Trayvon Diggs. They try to get him to answer these questionings here. And let's listen to Jerry Wayne and things.
There's been obviously a lot of talk around Trayvon Diggs' availability. Brian Schottenheimer this week had the quote. He said, "I love him as a player, but ultimately he's got to show us that he's ready to do everything the right way." What does that mean to you guys, and what does doing things the right way look for getting Trayvon Diggs on the field?
Well, I'll cut right to it. Does his physical injury allow him to compete like we know Trayvon can compete? It boils down to that right there. And he's been working through that. We've been working through it with him. And
one more on Diggs. Is there any, I guess, contractual consideration or reason that could go into determining whether or not to activate Diggs?
Not that I'm aware of, in terms of whether he's, contractual and injury are pretty clear cut. And if you can't go because you're hurt, then that usually does not impact your contract. And so, again, there's a lot of details there's incentives.
Man, there's a 83 going on 84-year-old man to be able to go back and forth with this, with numbers and stuff is insane. Insane. Yeah, this may be Trayvon Diggs' last season. These 4 games. That's why I really want him to play. I really want us to see him. I do. You know, y'all may say, "Hey, Law, I done seen the book. I done watched the movie, read every chapter for the book as well." Law, stick a fork in it, man. TD is done. Trayvon Diggs is done. You know, just like last night, I heard somebody say on the Cowboys Collective, that the Law Nation is really upset. He losing out on all of his money, man. His money guys, man. Parsons on the left. Trayvon Diggs on his way out. These are all Law's boys, man. Even to a point. Boss man Fat gone now, Shoot, Law losing. Ezekiel Elliott gone, Law, all of Law's homies is gone, So whoever said that in the Cowboys collective, I'm coming for you, OTL, But neither here nor there. Some of the people that we are building relationships with, they are going to the south side, or to the north side, or to the east or the west. They're leaving Texas, and not in a good way, So I'm sitting here like, come on, man, don't y'all know how long it took for me to build that relationship with some of these guys? It's tough, it's rough and rugged for them to just leave and pack up things, man. But it is for what it is. That's the cycle of life. Because they can go to another team. I ain't going to that other team, no. You're an enemy now. You're a foe. You're a foe now, So don't be inviting me out to them Packers events. Don't invite me out to wherever Diggs go next season. Don't invite me out unless it's something that changed that I can't refuse. Yes, indeed. Don't make me cry today, Law. Regina, I'm not going to make you cry. I'm not going to make you cry. I'm going to be nice.
He could be losing opportunity to make some incentives. All of those things are there. I couldn't and wouldn't, frankly, answer that specifically this morning.
Jerry, are you at all afraid or?
All right, got a super chat from DP.
At Darren_Posey_SR $5. Law, I want Diggs to play because he's not going to put out bad tape. He's auditioning for his new team.
Yeah. I can sense that. I can sense that. And before we go into never burn down bridges. Never burn down bridges, because you never know when you have to cross them again. You just never know. Remember the remarkable trade from Herschel Walker. Remember, Herschel Walker came back to the Cowboys. A lot of people fail to realize that. Cowboys brought him back. And if it wasn't for the things or the wordplay that happened with Cole Beasley, I think that the Cowboys would have brought him back. If it wasn't for the wordplay and some of the things that was said with Desmond Bryant, I think that they would have figured out a way to bring him back. But sometimes, things happen in a weird way, whereas never just burn down your bridges, because you never know when you have to return. That's all I'm saying. And it's on multiple levels of this. Let's listen to the rest of this.
Concerned that he won't be able to be that player physically, get back to that, and be able to go at some point again?
Well, he's had a history here the last 2 or 3 years of being limited. And you have to look at that. Everybody, that's part of the approach.
Damn, Jerry, can't even get it out. That's part of the evaluation. I believe that's what you tried to say. He's been limited for the last 2 to 3 years. Did he say 3 or he said 2 years? 1 to 2 years. I think he said 2 to 3 years. Man, God dog, Jerry.
You have to look at it, and certainly he hadn't been
Rex!
And we, of course, are miss him. We miss his XP out there, and what we hoped we were setting up for the future when we made a contract with him going forward for years to come.
There's been obviously a lot of talk.
I'm getting too old for this, Rex. I can't take this no more. Did you hear what Jerry said? At dap doop out. Hey, shout out to you, Jerry. Hey. Oh wow. Hey, Law, do you think Michael burnt the bridge? This is from Dallas Pops. Yeah, that bridge done, man. The only way you get Michael back, lollipop, lollipop, lollipops. That's the only way you can get Michael back. You know what I'm saying? He had to come back with a hat in the hand with a situation of saying, hey, man, I'd do it for this. But sometimes, when you have a disagreement with something, it happens. It happens that way. And you can blame the agent or you can blame the player. But at the end of the day, once you made somebody feel a certain way, that's the number one. Like, you can cross people over, you can say certain things about this and that, but once them feelings get hurt, people can remember what you do, but people will forget that. But people will always remember how you made them feel. Jerry was hurt, man, when he saw Micah Parsons laid out there on that table like Family Guy. That hurt him to his soul. It was, you gonna do this to me? After I told you I'm gonna give you the world, I'm gonna pay you. You just gotta trust me, man. And that's the hardest thing, man. One of the owners for the 41ers back in the days, Twin sent me this many of years ago, and he was saying, man, the owner was trying to give Jerry Jones advice. He said, number one thing is, don't become friends with the players. Every superstar Jerry had, he became friends with him outside of Amari Cooper. You get what I'm saying? So it's rough. Yeah. He called him 3G, Jerry 3G. Yeah. So Jerry do hold grudges. Oh, yeah, he hold grudges. People hold grudges against him. All of those years we were saying, hey, man, Jimmy belongs in the ring. Jimmy belongs in the ring. Jimmy belongs in the ring of honor. Jimmy belongs in the ring of honor. They were like, hell no, we ain't putting his name up there. So how you going to have the people that he coached and elevated in the ring of honor and don't have the ultimate guy in the ring of honor? It was weird for a long time. We sitting here with Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, Emmett with Jay Leno faces, you know what I'm saying? Like, first we'd like to give a shout out to G.O.D. and Jimmy Johnson. Like right after they said G.O.D., it was immediately Jimmy Johnson, and Jerry Jones still refused to put Jimmy in the ring of honor because, grudges, right? And that documentary opened up so many things because even his wife, the lady that he sleep with every night, Jean Jones, was sitting there saying, y'all better make this stuff up. What did you done did? How you gonna fire him? Bring him back. Yes, indeed. So, fellas, moral of the story is listen to your side. Listen to your lady, man. Listen to her. That's why she's here, to help you, not hurt you. That's how it's supposed to be, Cowboys Nation. All right, so this last topic was Jerry Jones on Logan Wilson. Jerry Jones had his presser today. Was his private radio conversation that's spoken to the world. And let's see what he had to say about that. And, by the way, before I click on this, if we offended anyone, charge it to my beard and my heart. I love all of the Joneses: Jerry Jones, Jones Jr., Junior Jones Jr., Charlotte Jones, Stephen Jones, and as well as Spalding Jones and all of the Jones, Tony Romo Jones. I love all of the Jones. Jason Garrett Jones. I love y'all, man. So don't y'all be sending me anything about what I said about X, Y, and Z. And shout out to Gene. Gene Jones knew everything. Gene.
Now, speaking of the next four ball games, you guys traded for Logan Wilson for a very specific reason. How important is it that he gets more playing time, especially since Kenneth Murray has struggled?
Well, what is important is that we, at a given time, we've got the best we've got out on the field. Now,
right.
That's the key. And he really does do some things very well. He reads the block extremely well. And so Logan, I'm talking about, he reads it instinctively extremely well. And we need that when we've needed that. And so it doesn't surprise me that you come in and it takes a few games to
acclimate yourself.
Basically blend in, so to speak.
That brother looking for that word. Jerry was looking at Jerry was like, to acclimate. The blend in. Shout out to Jerry, man. Nobody can do it better than him, man. Rex!
They can come closer than close, yeah.
Original, they never will be.
And that's a pretty coordinated spot, that linebacker spot. But he does read those blocks well. He's reactive. He's natural in there. That's big at linebacker. I think you'll see more of him.
Now, speaking of the next
You said you'll see more of them. That's the soft way of saying, man, Kenneth Murray, man, we like you, man. We like what you bring to the table, bro. But we're going to see more of this Logan Wilson, you know. So according to PFF, they got Diggs and Bland as your outside DBs. They got Ezraku, Clark, Quinnen Williams, and Fowler as your edges. Edges is your Fowler and Ezraku. And that's the one report that I didn't receive today. Jadeveon, what's the news on Jadeveon and them? Let me see. Did anybody spoke upon what's happening with Jadeveon? Practice 65 degrees and sunny today. Trayvon Diggs, I don't see no brace on the leg. Stockings. I'll just play with y'all. Any news on Jadeveon Clowney? Here go the report. Let me see. He had hamstring limited. So we still waiting on that news for today, right? It is 1:14. We'll know at 3 o'clock. We will know at that time frame.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using code LAW. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
All right, download Sleeper now, and when you do that, $20 from me to you will be in your account. Easy money, right? If you want to have 1,000 emails, I'm just saying. But neither here nor there. Download Sleeper now. $20 from me to you will be added to your account, and when you deposit $100, they'll match it up to $100 on your first initial deposit. So be sure to download Sleeper if you're in the area and use promo code LAW. Verdi says he is playing. I'm quite sure because he was a game time decision last week, and we had 10 days in between. Hamstrings are tricky. They're very tricky. You can't let them get stiff up on you because they will lock up on you. You ever seen somebody run? They do. They grab their leg like, man, that hamstring pull, depending on where the pull is at. And as long as meat ain't falling from the bone, you're okay, right? But hamstrings are very, very tricky. So we would know, again, on game day, right, of what they're going to do with Jadeveon if they're not allowing him to move it around in practice and stuff like that. If he was just limited, that means cords, snap count, put the old man on ice and keep things moving. So that's a situation for us. With that being said, appreciate everybody for jumping in and rocking with us. We will run this right quick and open up the phone lines if this is okay with you all.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
That's 214 or 817, and every 3 you can dial up Frenkel and Frenkel personal injury lawyers, backed by a combined of 100 years of beautiful experiences here in the heart of Dallas. Keep this on your mental mindset, ladies and gentlemen, with Frenkel and Frenkel personal injury lawyers. If you can't dial that number, just visit FrenkelFirm.com. 657-390-7391 is my number. I got someone that's waiting in the queue that I know for sure gonna turn the play up for us. Come on with it. What they say? Inside caramel just like a 100 grand, but not a 100 grand. But what about a 901 boys in the building? Talk to me.
Shout out Loud Nation. Shout out Memphis. Shout out Cowboy Nation. Shout out TSU. Shout out JSU.
Yeah.
Shout out Grambling. Shout out FAMU. Shout out Southern. Shout out Delta State in the house. Intern in the house. Let's go. Let's get it. I ain't got nothing to say. But Memphis in the house, Loud Nation in the house,
yeah.
The chat in the house, 100 grand in the house, Taxi Tom in the house, computer in the house. That's all I got. Memphis in the house. Let's go. Let's get it.
Yes, indeed. You got to shout out Franklin next time, though. Appreciate you, 901. Yes, indeed. That's my guy, man. Oh, my God. Shout out to Frankel personal injury lawyers. That's my guy, man. I needed that. I needed that, boy. Listen to it. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out me. Shout out Tupac. Shout out Biggie, man. That's dope, man. With that being said, I got from the 860. You're live on the nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me, man.
Hey, man, what's up, Law Nation? How you doing, brother?
Man, doing good, man. You sound like you in a closet under the pillow, and you got the witnesses, your witness protection plan, bro. What's going on, man?
I apologize about that, good sir. I'm walking outside. I'm on a stroll, and I was listening to your show. I figured I'd call in.
Yeah. What you got? Make it quick because I can barely hear you, muffled. But go ahead.
I got you. We gotta win Sunday night. We all know that, and we all know that Trayvon Diggs is still our best DB in that locker room, and I'm standing on it. I don't care what nobody says. And if Trayvon Diggs was in the game when that motherfucker Tesla touchdown,
Nicholas,
Siobhan Rebel jumped, barely get off the goddamn ground.
Yeah.
Get off the ground. So no, we don't need that. And I remember his father was on the phone with you, and his father was talking about his son like his son was the second coming.
Yeah.
His son ain't ready. His son honestly, Rebel ain't ready. He went down, he was holding his knee, like Peter Griffin, man. So we need to put Trayvon in there. And Trayvon need to play these last 2 games and send Trayvon on about his way to get him wrong.
Okay.
So listen, man, if we don't blow Minnesota out, we won't win this game. And that's all I got. Dallas Cowboys for life.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in. That's my guy. I know you can barely hear him, but he got his points out. And that's Jackson from the 860. He got his points out. But, it is for what it is. Even when we started to talk about Trayvon Diggs and we talked about Siobhan Revel and all of this stuff, I think that regardless of it, I think that Siobhan Revel can still learn from Diggs. That's why we really want to see him out there far as the mindset, not talking about the production on the field or what have you, because both of these guys, both of them can play in phase and they can play out of phase. But we need to know that I think that with Revel, and I'm not trying to put any cover over it, but what I'm saying is with Revel, it's going to take time. So I'm not going to say, hey, man.
Oh, look at my African-American over here.
No doubt, man. I'm not going to say that. Hey, I got from the 214, Jay, you live. Talk to me, man.
Hello.
What's good, man?
What it do, man?
Hey, man, it's
How
your
you
world.
doing, bro?
Hey, man, I can't complain.
Hey, man, hey. I think our defensive coordinator, man, hey, he's not using our defense like we should. Overshown, he's not even letting Overshown shine. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do we do with him?
I think that
can really show up.
I think Overshown in the outside of last game, in the last 3 games, he was making that one crucial sack. But when you really pay attention to it, it was because of Jadeveon Clowney too was getting some pressure. And last game, we didn't have a Jadeveon. I think that the only way that this team can get boogieing with Matthew Eberflus, if we have a consistent pressure on the edge, if we're going to sit back and drop everybody in zone or keep them at zone, we need to create pressure, bro, and we're not getting that.
But he's not using everybody to their best ability. I'm pretty sure our defense is good at man to man.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
That's when we always lose. Whenever they go zone, hey, that's when we always fall below every time.
Yeah, I mean, this is what these guys are customary to, right? If you did something majority of this time that you play ball, and now all of a sudden you do something and switch it up different, there's a learning curve. I know it sounds like excuses, but what we are seeing in live forms is the team deteriorating their star-studded players because of change of the way we attack on defense.
I feel it. Hey, last question. Why do you think Blue not playing, bro?
Originally, it started off with the injury, and then it started off with his recovery. He decided to use some crazy type of shoes that created more injuries on the injury that he already had. And then last but not least, they said that he had issues picking up the offense as far as philosophy. And then there was a time that he had fumbled the ball. He was in the doghouse, and they kind of used that as probably the wrong time to motivate the team because everybody fumbling, right? And that's why I think that he's not on the team as an active player. But when you look at the tape, I think that Malik Davis is a better blitz pick-upper, right? And he knows the system a little bit better, and he's been in the league for a while. So for right now, the Cowboys decided to go with Javonte Williams and Malik Davis because of those things.
Absolutely, man. How about the Cowboys?
How about them, Jay, man? Appreciate you for calling in. Jay from the 214, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So, that's where we are at the crossroad. Meet me at the crossroad, so you won't be lonely. So you won't be lonely. That's where we at with Matt Eberflus. I know if it was a poll for us, we'll get one of these young, energetic defensive coordinators that we know for sure that Schottenheimer can have his hands over and control a little bit more. But since we got a older defensive coordinator named Matthew Eberflus, is that it's a situation that he may be stuck into his own mindset of way he wants to deliver his defense, which to a point I'm not mad at, but I am upset at the fact of the results, right? But if he's going to be back here next season, and we already talked about, we've seen a sample size of what this team can look like when pieces are put into place, right? When you have Quinnen Williams doing his thing and you have Clark doing his thing, but we still have a glaring hole on this team, a linebacker, and another edge rusher, another DB. Somebody can argue that we need a safety. Somebody said, man, shoot, we need Jesus too on this defense, man. Can you get him with the sandals? You know, the one that walked on water? Can you bring him down, man? I will settle for James Christ, his brother, man. Go get his little brother or somebody, because right now this team on defense is allowing 30 and 40 points easily, right? And it's all because of Matthew Eberflus, right? And I get that. I understand. There's no areas or levels for debate. But there is a situation and scenario that the Cowboys may say to themselves, hey, we let him get away before. We're going to at least give this man at least 2-3 years. Unfortunately, it's just for what it is. No. Let me get Too Cool from the 210, man. You in. Talk to me, man.
Hey, Lo.
What you got?
Hey, everybody gotta chill with the defense coordinator firing, man. Like, everybody gotta chill, man. There's multiple things wrong, and it ain't that, man. For example, who hired Matt? You think it was Jerry Jones or you think it was Shoddy?
I think it was Jerry Jones that hired. You talking about Jerry Jones or Stephen Jones at this point, right? The head honcho.
Yeah, but I think they let Shoddy pick his coach.
Yeah. You think Shoddy looked at everything and looked at the landscape and said, "Bring me Matthew and them"? You think that was Shoddy?
Yeah, I think it was, because at first in the offseason, everybody was saying that the dude was good with linebackers. You know, developing linebackers. Originally, that's what it was when he first came in this summer, right?
Yeah, but man, it don't seem like that match, man. They're like jelly and mayonnaise right there, man. This is not no peanut butter. Break it down to me. Help me out.
Yeah, but if you freaking got milk in the glass and you tell me you want some ice cold milk, but you got a Kool-Aid pack and you throw the Kool-Aid in there, man, that's fucking Kool-Aid Kool-Aid milk now.
I never tried that before. I wonder what that tastes like, but go ahead.
We sit, what I'm saying though, bro, is we sit here and we keep pointing the finger at the defense coordinator. Man, when that man got hired, got hired with the thoughts, with the coming in with a scheme that Michael Parsons was going to be his defensive end. You know what I'm saying? Like let that sit in. You got probably one of the best young defensive ends in their prime, and you take the job as the defense coordinator because of that. Who knows if Matt takes the job if Michael wasn't here? Like, so I don't think sometimes people step back and look at that. Would he have taken the job if Michael wasn't here? Right. So for example, you told me to do the research on linebackers, right? Right. Help me out. You like the Cowboys. We like the Cowboys. So don't watch the Cowboys. One weekend, turn on college football. And when I say turn on college football, do the following. Watch the defensive tackles, watch the linebacker core, and watch the DBs. Sometimes if a defensive back can hold a DB for 3 to 5 seconds on a 3 to 5 step drop, it allows the defensive tackles and defensive end to get to the quarterback. Sometimes when the defensive end and defensive tackles can beat a 3-step drop and a 5-step drop and get there in 2.3 seconds or 4 seconds and rush the throw, it helps the defensive back with an interception, right? The Cowboys' problem right now is, regardless of how we slice it and dice it, there's not one player that's in the DBs, especially at cornerback right now, outside of Ravel. You got to give him his time to grow.
Yeah, you got to give him time.
If the season was over right now, and Bland does not have the contract that we just gave him, I promise you, Bland would not be on the Dallas Cowboys next year, because they would not have paid him based off his performance this year. With the team that they brought in, with Quinnen Williams, with Clark, and the production that we're getting from our DBs right now, Trayvon Diggs don't get paid, and Bland does not have the contract they have right now with the same performance that they're having right now with the same defensive tackles that we got.
Yeah. Bland literally need to send. Bland and Osa need to send like a gratuity check or something like that, like some type of payment to Parsons. I see what you're saying. I see where you're going. Yeah. If the whole fiasco never happened, then yeah. Yeah, right. And then when you look at Trayvon Diggs, man, listen, man, Trayvon Diggs is a lost cause, man, and it's the writing on the wall, man. I'm gonna tell you what Trayvon Diggs is. Trayvon Diggs and Michael Parsons was so close
Trayvon Diggs' loyalty right now, it lies with Michael Parsons. I guarantee anybody a stake that when Trayvon Diggs get to walk this summer, Trayvon Diggs winds up in Green Bay. Trayvon Diggs' loyalty is with Michael Parsons. So he's like a distraction in the locker room. You have your best cornerback, your top-paid cornerback on your staff that's going against the program right now. That's bad for business.
Yeah.
People don't think about that. So you got Carson, you got a bunch of young cats in that, Reddy Stewart. You got a bunch of young defensive backs in that locker room with Trayvon Diggs, man. That's a bad situation to be in.
Yeah. Here's my thing with all of this, and we can only speculate, right? But it's becoming like more people are speculating with truths because they're hearing leakage of like people not buying into the program, right? And if you have someone who's disagreeing with like the overall scheme and they somehow been the de facto leader of the team, and then one de facto leader of the team goes away, yeah, it can literally hurt this team more than help this team. The only thing is the Cowboys didn't have foresight, right? They didn't try to trade him or package him together because he was so terrible the last year. Coming off of that injury, he was too horrid to put that on the resume. Too cool. You think that's what happened?
I think that's what happened, but I think also before we fire the defensive coordinator, man, because like all we're doing right now is just we keep trending and going through defense coordinators. At some point, man, we gotta let the water run, right? Meaning that once the water started running, the tub will fill up, right? Meaning this, we got our defensive tackles, we got that, we got Overshown. Allow us to go in free agency right now with the money that we got. Now, if we come out of the free agency and a draft with a defensive back and or a safety and a linebacker, and then we perform the way we performing this year, next year, then you fire that man. Then you giving him a whole year with a fully staffed on defense with this offense.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody want this man to make fucking magic. With Dust right now, he just can't do that because the defensive backs, regardless if we went man. Yeah. Bland got his ass embarrassed and he's falling down, sliding down, all kind of shit. So we keep saying man, and the defensive tackles are getting there, but the receivers are still catching the ball.
I feel you.
Zone.
I feel you.
He going zone. He's wrong for running zone. So what is it? We going to man, they getting their ass burnt. They stay in the zone, they getting burnt. No matter how we slice it and dice it, the DBs that we got does not match
his overall scheme and stuff like that. Yeah. So here's the thing though, too cool. Like our patience are like this is layers of like patience. Like any other team, you go in, you say, hey, okay, all right. It's just like and I'm not trying to bring politics into it, but it's just like an administration, right? Most governors have 2 years. Some have like presidency, they have 4 years, right? A mayor, I think, is year to year, what have you. But when you look at it, you got to be able to have a foundation that you can set. And by you saying turning and burning is not the proper way, right? And it takes some time for you to break old habits and create new ones, right? So and create good ones. So it is a hard thing to terraform a team, especially when you have your one of your star-studded players to move on. But those good ones, man, no matter what you throw at them, they got a core principle that you can see their influences immediately. But the thing is with Matthew is that I haven't seen nothing that I can say tangibly that I can say that this is something that I would be willing to live with. I guess we have to see these last 4 games and next season, but I'm already moving on mentally. I'm already moving on because I don't like the overall principles. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I get that, Law, right?
Right.
For example, right when I look at the Cowboys, outside of Overshown, and I'm just Cowboys versus Ohio State. To me, Ohio State defense right now in college is more equipped to be in the NFL than the Dallas Cowboys defense right now. And the Dallas Cowboys defense has Williams and Clark in the middle.
Yeah.
The Buckeyes got McDonald, because McDonald gonna be a first-round pick. That boy in the middle, old boy McDonald from defensive tackle from Ohio State.
Yeah.
But at all three phases, you got McDonald, you got Reeves, and you got Styles at linebackers, and you got Caleb Downs at safety. Right? At all 3 levels, those boys are dogs. We don't have that right now. Caleb Downs is better than any defensive back on Dallas Cowboys right now. Ain't even close.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying in theory, but I feel you, man. But what else you have before I let you go?
And that's all I got, Law. You know, I just jump in here on that, man. And this is my last thing too. Just like offensive coordinators, everybody say fire the offensive coordinator with the Eagles. Man, why you gonna fire that man? Jalen Hurts threw them four interceptions and 1 fumble and 2 what was it? Interception and a fumble and a play, man. Jalen Hurts, man, the damn offensive coordinator.
Yeah, lying, man. Appreciate it. Too cool from the 210,
brother,
man.
have a good one.
Appreciate you, man. Too cool from the 210. In theory, I see what he's saying, right? And keep in mind, Quinnen Williams is a dog. Keep in mind the linebacker, Sonny Styles, I like what he can do, what have you. But keep in mind the NFL level is just a little bit different than the college. But I in theory, the guys that he mentioned, McDonald, Styles, and Downs, there's some people right now who say, man, I donate a spleen. You know, I don't need this spleen. You know, I donate some plasma, some blood. I cut my beard off, you know. If you can say I can get all 3 of them guys right now, I'll come in here bald face, I'll use it in order to get it. Man, I would definitely, literally do this. Fellas, let me put y'all on game real quick. Dollar Shave Club just sent me their signature
And they understand the
diamond grip
cost
razor
that is involved.
with the signature 6-blade series of their razor. And on top of that, they threw in a Dollar Shave Club shave butter. I'm telling you right now, I know they try to get me to shave it all off, but I'm not finna do that, by the way. But we are gonna take a look at to what this blade can do for you. And I'm telling you, precision, real good cut. When you apply the shave butter, let me get myself together. I would definitely put that shave butter all over me, come in here this thing and just do a whole bunch of stuff. If we can get all 3 of them players. I got from the 206, you're live in the mix. Talk to me, MJ.
What up, Lord Nation?
Not much, man. Boy, you driving. Boy, you driving. Where you going, man? You picking up for some of these players? What's good? What's good with you, man?
I'm in this traffic. But I don't agree with 2K because he's talking about the Ohio State players, but that's college. And they can make any DB look good with the front 7. I heard the best corner, though, is the LSU corner. You see what I'm saying?
Are you trying to talk draft? Or where we going with? Where we going, Twin? Where we going?
Well, but what I'm trying to say is Uber Fook, I call him Uber Fook, his coaching scheme is horrible. So all the corners don't play good. So that's why they don't do so good. You know what I'm saying? So, like me and you talked the other day, the Chicago corner.
And Nashawn Wright. Yeah, I mean, you know, he's in a system that he can play. Yeah. You know, sometimes, you know, people, you know, when you have small shoes, they hurt your feet, right? And you have too big of a shoes, you slide all around in them. So I think that where Nashawn Wright at, his shoes fit perfectly. The people that's on this team, either the shoes too tight or the shoes too loose, and that's why we're seeing inconsistency with our DB play. I think that for what it's worth, I think that the DB coach need to speak up more and say, hey, I train with these guys. I break down their film. I break down their study tape individually. They are a little bit more comfortable playing man. Is there any way we can play loose zone man at least, or can we occasionally mix it up just a little bit? I think that these guys need to get comfortable being uncomfortable and spitting to the coach on the defensive coordinator side and say, hey, you know, we play a little bit better in press. But here's the problem. My guy MJ. Timing. Speaking the wrong messenger was the wrong person to say it, and that's what happened with Trayvon Diggs. And I'm only speculating. I can only assume that Trayvon Diggs went to Matthew and said, hey, you know, we were doing it this way, and it was working, you know. And one of the things that you can't do is go into the kitchen and tell a chef how to make his meal. Now they mad at you. Even when you're right, they mad at you. You get what I'm saying? And that's what I believe happened and nobody's talking about it because feelings were crossed and somebody felt the way. And instead of just being man to man and letting this all slide, they in their feelings, and now they are like, I got you. We'll see. And now it's an ego thing.
Yeah, man. You telling true facts.
Yep.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. It's an ego thing.
And I'm scared of the Vikings because they receivers ain't been doing really big numbers. But when they play us, every receiver do big numbers.
They do.
That's the problem.
Big problem. Yeah.
So I'm kind of nervous. This boy might go off because Diggs is the one that hold him down every time. Now he ain't got no Diggs. He might hit 200 on us.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, Diggs been a JJ. He been a JJ eraser, you know, ever since we played against him. I think Justin Jefferson never received over 100 yards. I can argue never 80 yards or 50 yards against the Cowboys. But
I know.
Hey, this weekend we'll find out, man, what we'll look like. What else do you have before I let you go?
That's about it, man. I'm just kind of nervous, so hopefully we win. And how about them Cowboys?
Yes, indeed. How about them Cowboys, man? You know, keep yourself in fighting trim. You know, don't let your nerve desert you. You get what I'm saying? With that being said, I got from the 225, and then we had the 979. 225, what you have for the nation? All right, 979. But when I held that 9, DP, you're live on the nation, man. What you got, Pittman?
Hey, what's going on? I appreciate it. Way to give me a chance to speak. That was an interesting call by I think the guy Too Cool. You know, shout out to him.
Yeah.
That was an interesting perspective he had. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I just feel like the corners as a whole, they've been bad all around. Doesn't matter if they're playing zone or man. But I just feel that letting them play man will give them more chances to make plays on the ball.
Right.
But you know, like I said again, I get it because Bland, he definitely been looking real bland. Shoot, I call him twerk team bland because the last couple of times, every time he got shook out his feet and been landing on his face, face down.
Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees.
Yeah, as they say, Paul is necessary on that. But hopefully, I'm not the biggest fan of Eberflus, but I mean, if they give him another year, whatever, I just hope that they mainly focus on defense for this off season because I mean, I get they need tackles, but I really hope that they don't use those draft picks on getting the tackle. I think that they can get one in free agency. That's just my personal opinion. I think they should just be solely focused on defense and signing Pickens, of course.
Right.
But you never know how that's going to go with this organization. But again, back to the Vikings game, I'm not too heavily concerned about Justin Jefferson. I mean, he's probably going to do his thing in general. But again, I'm just more concerned about Aaron Jones. And the reason why I say that is because I looked this up. Aaron Jones, he has the most yards of any running back against the Cowboys over a minimum of 3 games. I think he's got like almost 400 yards rushing, which is ridiculous, So
right.
I'm more concerned about him, So hoping, I think he's listed as questionable, but he's probably going to play, And so I think that they need to be more focused on him, shutting him down, because if they can shut him down, I mean, I think that they'll have a better chance of winning the game because, J.J. McCarthy hasn't looked that good this year, but I mean, Dallas, they done let almost every quarterback look good. So
facts. Can't go off of that, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, but if they can slow down Minnesota's run game and they can protect Dak, the offensive line, I think they'll be in a good shape for this game. So I can't give you no score predictions. I don't want to jinx the team, but
right.
But those things happen. I think it'll be okay. So
Yeah.
As always, man, I appreciate you giving me a chance to speak, and let's go Cowboys.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in, DP.
Yes,
Yes, indeed. I know we got a lot of DPs, but that's one of the DPs in the chat, man. Appreciate you, man. Yeah. 409, what's on your mind? Talk to me.
Hey, how you doing, Law Nation? Hey,
good.
I have a question. Do you know what Eberflus' record is against the NFC North when he was the head coach for Chicago?
That's a good one. Let me ask AI Tisha, man. You know, but what else you got for me? Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. And do you think that Aaron Harris would have been Scheide's defensive coordinator and stuff because they both have the same mentality and stuff? When they was playing and stuff, because when that year when Scheide and Dak and CeeDee went to Mike McCarthy saying, hey, we need to change the defense up a little. Not the defense, the offense, because what they was playing, everybody knew what they was doing. And how everybody's saying that Eberflus is a jerry pick and stuff, because in the interview he said he didn't know who the head coach was when they did the meeting. When they did that when they introduced. So that's a jerry pick and stuff. Jerry likes to likes to go against the grain a little, and then he wants somebody that to help him, like that old snitch. You have a coworker and stuff that's always snitching. That's the master at work. He wants to have somebody that he have his hands in and stuff that always going through him when they trying to do stuff. And I don't think they going. I hope they fire Eberflus. I want us to make the playoffs, but I still want them to fire Eberflus because he's not worth it. He's not worth it and stuff.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man, for you. And I'm gonna ask AI Tisha what's that record is from the 409. Great thoughts right there, bro. For real.
All right, thank you, Law.
Thank you. He's on the money with it. AI Tisha, what is the Matthew Eberflus head coaching record versus the NFC North during his tenure? If you can find that and pull that up so the audience can understand what was that record, what was going on, and these sorts of things. Let's listen.
Here's what we know about Matt Eberflus's head coaching record versus the NFC North during his tenure with the Chicago Bears.
Okay.
Division record. Eberflus was 2-12 versus NFC North opponents as Bears head coach.
Oh, shit.
That means in games against the Packers, Lions, Vikings, and other NFC North teams. While he was the head coach, his teams won 2 games and lost 12. His overall head coaching record was 14-32 with the Bears, 2022 to 2024.
That's terrible. Shit. We didn't know that. We played against the NFC North. And he was 2-12. I didn't know that. Historically speaking, jeez, why we didn't know that, man? Why y'all didn't tell me that on the front end, man? Shout out to that caller, man, who brought that up, man. My gosh, man. Oh my God, did y'all hear that? Rex. Rex! Y'all didn't let me know. Whoa, I didn't know that, man. I learned something new every day. I didn't know that. Jeez. Is that accurate? Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Can somebody fact check AI Tisha? Yeah, he was 2-12. Jeez. Jerry, did you know that? I'm calling Frenkel right now. Frenkel. This is a personal injury, man. 2-12. Rex! I didn't know it. He was 2-12 versus the NFC North. 225, man, you live on the nation. One more time, 225.
What's up, Law?
Not much, man. Where you at?
Man, I'm
basketball gym,
I was at work. I was at work. I'm at work. I'm hitting you up. I'm always listening to you, bro.
And remember, man, what's good you got for me today, man? Did you know Matthew Eberflus was 2-12?
No, I ain't know that. I'm just finding that out. But that's my question about Eberflus, though. What you think about White Cotton taking over as defensive coordinator? If we get rid of Eberflus.
If we get rid of Eberflus and let White Cotton, as long as he bring that energy that he got, I think that he'll be hungry enough to corral the guys, man, because I'm seeing people gravitate to Aaron White Cotton, so I would like to see that, for an interim,
Okay, Law. I'm calling from BR too, and my name's Shedrick Law too. I'm always listening to you, Law, and Boss, and all y'all. So Let
me set your name in here, man. Cedric, with the S, right?
With the S, yes, sir, and Law, LAW.
Oh, you a Law too? Okay, shout out to the Laws, then, man. Yo. Yes, indeed. So, Law, what you got, man? What else you got for me, man? You got nothing else? That 2-12 took me up out of here, man.
Nah, that's all I had. But I think Eberflus hire was a Jerry Jones hire, because I remember Jerry, they talking about on 106.5 The Fan. Jerry hired Eberflus before they hired Schottenheimer. So, yeah, I heard that too. I heard a caller talking about it.
It's sad, man, but all we can do now is just hope that, whatever we got going down the stretch, there's something changed. And we need to see it, bro. Appreciate you, Law. Appreciate you for calling in. That boy was typing, boy. That boy good. Yeah, you don't want him to lose his good job over there. Yeah, but appreciate you, man. He was the last person in the call queue. I didn't know. I'm going to break down some more information on that. Jerry wants yes man's, period. It's just that when things don't bother people the way it bothers us. Like, it takes me literally about 2-3 days after a tough loss, and I'm sitting here like I'm watching the game. I'm not out there on the field, but it takes me about 2 or 3 days. I'm a little chippy. I'm a little upset. Food don't taste the same after a loss. So I thank God that we were able to win on Thanksgiving Day, and the week before that, and the week, afterwards, it was like, okay, all right, good, we lost, but I was still chippy a little bit, but at the end of the day, things don't affect us like it affect them, right? At the end of the day, win, lose, or draw, they go in there. Oh, okay, all right, yeah, it's still there. They get that big checks, man, and that may help them out. They go buy something, make them feel good. Jerry, at the end of the day, since 1995 and 96, he haven't seen a negative in the revenue column, if I can say that, And whatever driving force that gets you over the hump in these type of situations, it is for what it is. Yeah, CAE. 2-12, and then somebody said, man, how dare you question AI Tisha? She was right on the money with that, to that point. Say it one more time. Hey, AI Tisha, can you bring up Matthews Eberflus head coaching record versus the NFC North? Can you do that again during his tenure in Chicagoland? Can you do that again?
Here's what we know about Matt Eberflus's head
Listen
coaching
properly.
record versus the NFC North during his tenure with the Chicago Bears. Division record: Eberflus was 2-12 versus NFC North opponents as Bears head coach. That means in games against the Packers, Lions, Vikings, and other NFC North teams, while he was the head coach, his teams won 2 games and lost 12. His overall head coaching record was 14-32 with the Bears, 2022 to 2024.
Well, he need to get some venom. I talked to Matthew earlier this year, and one of the things that I talked to him about was the game that ultimately got him pretty much fired, and that was the Washington game. And he said, man, I've been waiting to get my revenge back on the Washington team. And hold on. Damn, I get some breaking news. Breaking news on my way out is that Trayvon Diggs is expected to play. On my way out, Trayvon Diggs is expecting to play this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. That's news that's being reported now on my way out. Garrett says Tisha sounds like she thick in the thighs. But we need to be thick in the winning columns. So we got news, developing news is that Trayvon Diggs will be playing this weekend. Maybe they had that conversation. Maybe they pulled each other to the side and said, you know what? UGLY, you ain't got no alibi. You ugly. Flus, you ugly. Without me playing this kind of caliber of style that I need to play. You seen what I done before you got here? I can continue to do these things if you just give us a mixture of zone / press. Maybe that's the situation. We got 4 games. We got to stay locked, loaded, and ready to perform in departing Cowboy Nation. It's all about the altitude of your skill set. But in order for you to climb those heights, it starts with the attitude, the belief that you can get it done, and the belief system that you are in. Before Trayvon Diggs and the rest of these DBs play in Matthew Eberflus' system, they first got to believe. Let me say this again. Before they get into this system, they first got to believe. Because the order of this situation is believing in a system, believing in the circumstances, and then once you believe it in that particular system and the circumstances of whatever that's at this particular juncture, the next phase is knowing, which is the final key. And once you know the system, nothing can stop you. And these boys never believed in Schottenheimer, defensive coordinator, Matthew Eberflus system. That's how you put it. I made it up. Yeah. They never believed in Matthew Eberflus system. So now let's see what happened in the final 4 games. Can we agree to disagree? And can we get the best plays out there so that players can play at their best, not at their worst? Let's go beat these Vikings. Let's go win these games down the stretch and let everybody know that it started this day when we put our olive branch out so that people can be on the same page, singing from the same hymn. Believe to achieve, DC for life, girl, she's right. But first you got to believe in order to know. It recalls a movie that I seen many a moons ago. The name of the movie was Skeleton Key. In order for the people, it could be based off of a true story, in order for those people to take control of your body and your mind, you first had to believe. And then once you believe what they were trying to put on you, then It was up to them to go through the transitions of taking over you. Believe it or not, go watch that movie. It's called The Skeleton Key. That's the key. It's getting you to believe. Now, I come here to tell you that there's people that got greatness inside of them right now that's watching. And they know what's needed to be done. But they don't believe in themselves first. They don't understand what they're needing to do. But I come out to tell you, find a way. Yes, you're right, T-Jack. But it goes to the heart, soul, and sinew of your mind. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it. To work day and night to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap. If life itself seems empty and useless without it. And all that you scheme and dream is about it. If you will gladly go out there and sweat forward, fret forward, or plan to lose all terror of your mind. If you would simply go after the things you want with all of your capacity, strength, and sagacity, with faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or the poverty or the famish or fame or the sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty G-O-D, you will get it. That's been my time.
Time to run it off. I wake up.
Now remember,
I wake up.
shout out to you, DP, for the super chat. Let's get it. You're listening to nothing but the best.